Okay, we're here with Cindy Howell from Dallas, Texas. Cindy drove 5 hours from Dallas to Little Rock to be at this health clinic. Cindy, tell us what you were telling me, please.
A lot of people here are broke. They have no money. I consider myself worse than that because I'm in $30,000 worth of credit card debt. And why? $30,000 is the exact amount of money that I've had to pay for my premiums for the last 5 years because I'm terrified if I don't have insurance, I'm going to go bankrupt. I'm asthmatic. I have asthma. And so I've always been afraid that I'd end up in the hospital and I'd lose everything. So I continued to go into debt trying to pay the premiums. My insurance, I have Texas Blue Cross Blue Shield risk pool. The insurance doesn't pay, up until 2 years ago, wouldn't even pay for a mammogram, a pap smear, won't pay for any testing, would only pay a couple of doctor's visits a month and for help on prescriptions. Because of that, I couldn't afford, even though I was paying for insurance, I couldn't afford to go find out what was wrong with me and get tested. Number one, because I couldn't afford for the testing, because I was paying these high premiums and going in debt. And number two, because I was terrified that if they found something wrong with me, I wouldn't be able to find other insurance from another source. I've been trying for 5 years to get insurance from anybody else, and nobody will insure me.
So, what do you hope that will happen for you here today?
Well, I'm asthmatic and I don't have it. My prescriptions run out.
What do you take?
I'm hoping I take Advair, I take Asylin, and I take the nasal steroids.
Right, and is it very expensive, those prescriptions?
One Advair Discus is at Costco, which is a discounted rate, is $128.
And how do you afford that?
I don't.
So
when I knew that this day was coming, so I took less of my medicine so I could bank some, so I'd have a little bit left over. But when it runs out, I don't know what I'm going to do.
So let me understand, you took less of your medicine so you could bank it,
yes,
so that you'd be able to make it last longer. And what do you say to the politicians in Washington, the senators, who are voting on the first stages of the health care legislation tonight?
Well, have a heart. You know, people, American citizens, we are proud to be Americans. We should be able to be proud to be able to be taken care of. Health care should be a service like police or fire or anything, fire department or police department or anything else. Health care is what we Americans deserve it. And you know what? There's ways that we can figure it out. I don't really know what's in the works, but you guys are smart there. You guys are smart. Y'all can figure it out. Please, I'm begging you, figure it out.